Hi everyone. The last time you saw me was a few weeks ago and I was making great preparations for winter. However, it all went a bit wrong at the end as my hive frames were so heavily propolised that it all sort of started to come apart. But I've given quite a bit of thought to that and I'm going in today. But more importantly, I was given quite I would say a bit of an epiphany on YouTube. The latest video from Doug and Stacey off grid. I would say if you're at all interested in layens hives, treatment free, watch that video. It is amazing. From that, today I've taken some important learning points and I'm going to be implementing those in my winter preparations. Some of it is stuff I suppose I kind of already knew, but I think it wasn't until watching that video that I really understood the importance of doing certain preparations and also how easy it would be for me to do that and perhaps increase the whole chances of success of my colony through the winter. So in a minute we'll go over and I'll open up the hive and get that done. So last time I was at the point of going in to the hive and basically loosening off the top frames, and basically they were all so heavily propolised that the frames actually started to fall apart. But well, two things about that. The frames weren't full of honey, they were just empty frames, so basically they would have needed removing anyway. But also it was an opportunity perhaps to think about ventilation. So they weren't full of honey and they were going to need to come out. Today, by the way, it's October, mid-October. It's quite cool. I'm not going to be lifting loads of frames because it is quite cool. I don't want to be disturbing the temperature in the brood chamber, so I am doing really what is ideal about the layens setup, and that is I'm just going to go into these very edge frames and do what I've seen Doug and Stacey's video is proposing that really we should think about doing for the winter. Again, that was one of the frames that had broken. Now from here, I did put in this straw pillow. I'm not sure about that. I think I might be leaving that one go. And this, if you remember, was my foundation frame using it like a divider board. But I've got a different idea about that now. Okay, give me a minute. So I'm really thrilled by what I can see here. Basically, there is a lot of capped honey there at the top and spaces below. What Dr. Leo, I understand, was talking about was that, you know, the honey's high up and there should be space below for where the bees during the winter actually bed in. And when they wake up drowsy from their sleep, they can head up the frame and go to this beautiful capped honey area here. Now, I was thinking of removing this frame because Dr. Leo talked about empty frames. Now, the only thing is these guys look really busy on here. And some of you might say, no, take it out. But do you know what? It's been a very mild autumn. I think I might leave this partially made frame in here for them to use. And I think I'm going to put it back in. You can see it's actually also got another frame attached to it. I think I'm going to be learning my lesson really this year, perhaps from my mistakes. But I mean, it's so beautiful. I'm going to leave it in there. But what I am going to do is make sure that I minimise the space. After all my talk about divider boards or not, I've really cobbled something together. By no means the way to go, but I didn't have a chance to get somebody to make me a nice divider board. But what I did find was a bit of wood, and I've kind of basically slotted it into one of the frames. I'm going to do better next year because I know this isn't ideal. It could end up having a whole load of comb built into it, but this was the bit that had my the foundation on. I'm just reusing that, and then it will be removed next year. So I'm going to put that in as my divider board because I was concerned about the cold after what I saw on Dr. Leo's and Doug and Stacey's off-grid film. So I just felt I really needed to be taking this a bit more seriously and do my best with that. And say, whilst you carpenters out there are not going to be well impressed, but I think this is going to do quite a good job. I'm putting it back together. I'm going to put my wool cushion there over the top, over the brood chamber area. But I thought very much about the rest of the hive and thought about what Dr. Leo said about condensation, and I think I'm going to make sure that there is plenty of air on this side. Now I've put that wooden board in, I feel more confident that the right temperature will be over the brood area, and any condensation now will be able to move past that board and then up through to these holes here in the lid. And Wales, which is where I'm at, has a notoriously wet climate. So I think Dr. Leo's caveats about lots of condensation are going to be particularly important for me. So for the time being, that's going to be how I leave it today, and let's see how it goes. I mean, I hope I haven't made the bad decision leaving those small frames in. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, just as I said before, if you get a chance to watch Doug and Stacey's off-grid showing Dr. Leo going through both the wintering and the honey collection, it's a great watch. I really am a huge fan. But my name's Bee Vicki. Bee Lady Vicki, if you like my videos, then please subscribe, and thank you for all your helpful comments and best wishes for you and your bees for the winter. Bye bye.